Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kanika Suri, and if you have seen my last video, I gave an introduction to the syllabus of class 11th marketing. So today I will be starting with the very first unit, which is called Introduction to Marketing. I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation based on the syllabus which is recommended by CBSE, the same PDF which I had suggested in the very last video. In case you haven't checked out my very first video, you can go back to my channel and see that video, come back, and then let's continue with this video. So in this particular chapter, in this particular unit, what we will be learning is the meaning and concept of marketing. Those of you who are a complete stranger to marketing, you don't know what marketing is, what it consists of, what the meaning of marketing is. So this after this particular unit, after seeing my video, you will be able to clearly comprehend the meaning of marketing, as well as you will be able to understand the importance of marketing to number one, the marketer, secondly, the consumer, and also the society. You will also understand the scope of marketing. Marketing is a very broad concept. It contains a lot of other concepts under its umbrella. So we will see how broad, how wide, how big marketing as a concept is. Then the very fourth point is that a lot of people, they mistake marketing as selling and vice versa. So we will be differentiating between what marketing and selling is. We will be seeing how both of them are different and how they are similar as well. Also, we will also see the various philosophies of marketing. So there is uh, a lot of theories of marketing which have been suggested, like the selling concept, the product concept, the societal marketing concept, production concept. So one by one, we will be covering all these five concepts. So now let's start. Basically, every day, in the entire day, we consume a lot and different sorts of products. Now, just to wonder, from where do these products come from? Let's see, I go and buy a pen from my nearby grocery store or nearby stationery store. So who am I? I am an end consumer, and the stationery shop person, that guy, who is that? He's a retailer, or the person who obtains the main product from the manufacturer, keeps it on his at his shop on the shelf for display for the consumer to buy. But have we ever thought, where do these products come from? Who manufactures them? For example, I buy a pen called Trimax. Now, the stationery guy is the one who is a retailer who is selling me that pen, but is he the one who is manufacturing that product? No. So, how does the product reach us, and how have we come to know about the product? So, the complete process of consumption is the product comes from the producer, who is actually the manufacturer or the maker of the product. Then he sells or he distributes his product to the marketer or the retailer. So there's an entire chain. The manufacturer, gives his product to the wholesaler, which gives it the same product to the retailer. Maybe one or two intermediaries also come in between. Then the end user or the consumer is the person who actually buys or consumes the product. There's also a difference between the user and the buyer, but we will be coming to that concept in the later units. Maybe also in between a few videos, I may be able to clarify that concept, but not as of now. It is too early for that. Let's go on, proceed to the next slide. Now let's see, who is a manufacturer. A manufacturer is somebody who makes products in a factory. Now it can vary from anything from a needle to a plane. Then who is a producer? You would say that manufacturer and producer are the same. A producer is somebody who makes the product but not in the factory. He is the person who actually produces it. For example, a farmer is a producer of fruits and vegetables. right? Both, in between both of these terms, there is a difference. Then comes the marketer. Marketer is somebody who performs the various activities to facilitate exchange of goods and services between the producer and the user. Producer is the person who produces it, and user or consumer is the person who actually buys it and uses it or consumes it. For example, a farmer is is producing a fruit, and the consumer is the person who's eating or consuming the fruit. Then comes the end user. End user or the consumer is basically the person who ultimately uses or intends to use the product, also known as the consumer. I hope all of these four definitions and terminologies are clear. Now, moving on to the very basic definition of marketing, since this chapter is about introduction of marketing, so we will be introducing ourselves to the concept and definition of marketing. So, marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value to the customers, clients, partners, and society at large. Now, this definition has been given by the American Marketing Association. There's one more definition which is given by Philip Kotler. Philip Kotler is also known as the father of marketing. So he says that marketing is a societal process. So what do we understand by societal process? A process which includes the entire society, by which the individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services of value with others. Now let's do one thing, इस definition को break करके समझते हैं कि इसका मतलब क्या होता है. Marketing is a societal process. ये समझ में आ गया कि the entire society is involved in this process by which individuals and groups. Now, it is not necessary that only one person buys the product. A group can also go ahead and buy a product, right? So that is why we say that individuals and groups obtain what they need and want. नाउ यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें लिखी हुई हैं, एक टर्म है आपकी नीड एंड दूसरी टर्म है आपकी वांट. इन द वेरी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड वी विल बी सीइंग कि दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या होता है. बट नाउ लेट्स प्रोसीड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर डेफिनेशन एज ऑफ नाउ. तो ग्रुप्स ऑब्टेन व्हाट दे नीड एंड वांट थ्रू क्रिएटिंग. क्रिएटिंग मतलब बनाना. जो मैंने प्रोडक्ट बनाया है उसको ऑफर करना. किसको ऑफर करना? वही लोग जो एक्चुअली उस प्रोडक्ट को कंज्यूम करेंगे. एंड फ्रीली एक्सचेंजिंग प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज. what do we understand by freely exchanging products and services? कि there is no restriction. आपको कोई टैक्स नहीं पे करना है, आपको कोई ड्यूटी नहीं पे करनी है, कोई कुछ भी आपके ऊपर एक्सटर्नल चार्जेस लेवी नहीं हो रहे हैं. सो जो एक्सचेंज है प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज का वो फ्रीली हो रहा है इन द मार्केट एरिया ऑफ वैल्यू विद अदर्स. ऑब्वियसली जो प्रोडक्ट आप एक्सचेंज कर रहे हो, जो कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, इट हैज़ टू बी ऑफ वैल्यू ना. ऐसा तो नहीं है ना कि कोई भी यूजलेस गार्बेज आप उठा के एक दूसरे को बाय एंड सेल कर रहे हो एंड पीपल आर ऑल्सो बाइंग इट. ऐसा नहीं होता है. So the entire definition, let's again read it. Marketing is a societal process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services of value with others. It is very important that at least one definition is being, uh, the student has to write at least one definition while answering the question. It enhances the quality of the answer that the student is writing. So this is a very good definition and it is very easy to understand and learn also. Now, let's move on to other definitions also. The term marketing has been described by different people in different ways. We have right now seen two very different definitions. For some, it is a fun activity of shopping. For some, it is shopping along with entertainment. There are others who question, what do they question? Does marketing mean selling? Now, this is when we were talking about objectives in the very first slide. In the beginning of this video, I told you that there arises a question that does marketing or selling mean the same thing? A lot of people in their mind, they think that marketing and selling is exactly same, but that is not the case. Now, some of us believe that marketing starts after selling, but that is not true. In fact, the opposite is true. Marketing starts way before selling comes into picture, right? Selling is a part of marketing, not the other way around. Selling includes selling of goods, services, and ideas. Now, you can sell a good, for example, a car. You can sell a service, for example, a massage, right? Or you can sell an idea. We see that a lot of people, go to investors with an idea. So what are they doing? They are actually selling their idea in return for investment. So marketing is a very broad concept. It is a broader term, and selling is one of the functions of marketing. So selling comes under the umbrella of marketing, and marketing is a way broader concept as compared to selling. Some people question that, does marketing mean advertising? Marketing undoubtedly includes advertising. The main role of advertising is to communicate. So मार्केटिंग का फंक्शन सिर्फ सेल करना नहीं है, सिर्फ कम्युनिकेट करना नहीं है. मार्केटिंग के अंदर बहुत सारे वेरियस फंक्शंस आते हैं. बट मार्केटिंग अगेन इज अ मच बिगर फंक्शन दैन एडवर्टाइजिंग. तो क्या मार्केटिंग का मतलब है डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन? The answer remains the same, that no, distribution function is again another function of marketing. But marketing is much bigger than distribution also. So when we come to the end note, it says that marketing involves various activities that take place even before the products are produced. Just 2 minutes ago, I told you this thing that marketing it starts way before selling does. So even before a product is launched in the market, we have seen various campaigns, various ads of the product, or various discussions about a product which is not yet even been launched, not even yet been produced, but still its marketing has started. One example is Tesla. We all have heard about the car Tesla. That is one example. So एक बहुत ही easy सी definition आ जाती है. The very first definition that we are going to read here is marketing refers to the process of ascertaining consumer needs. आप consumer need को ascertain कर रहे हो, identify कर रहे हो. You are converting them into products and services. देखो, कहीं पे भी एक प्रोडक्ट क्यों आता है? वेर एवर देर इज़ अ वॉइड, वेर एवर देर इज़ अ खालीपन इन द मार्केट एरिया, वहीं पे ही आप उस प्रोडक्ट को जो है फिल कर सकते हो. सो अनलेस एंड अनटिल देर इज़ अ नीड इन द मार्केट एरिया, your product will not be needed. If the same product already exists in the market, your product, if it is better than the other existing product, then only it will flourish, then only will people use it. For example, in the olden times, what do people used to do? They used to use their hands or some kind of rock to uh, make chutneys, or this thing, tomato chutneys. But now in the market, easily a tomato ketchup is available. So what, in the market there was a need for a ketchup or tomato puree basically, that has been taken care of by somebody, right? Because there was a need already existing in the market area. So somebody went ahead and they thought that ये तो एक कस्टमर की नीड है, इसको मेरे पास एक आइडिया है, मैं फुलफिल कर सकता हूँ, तो लेट्स कन्वर्ट दैट आइडिया इनटू अ प्रोडक्ट, right? And then moving the product or service to the final consumer segment. Ab consumer segment kya hua? Somebody who consumes a lot of ketchup, somebody who likes to eat fries, somebody who likes to eat pasta, somebody who eats likes to eat Maggie, somebody who likes to eat something spicy, they only will be consuming the tomato ketchup. So that will be my consumer segment with emphasis on profitability. Obviously, if I am producing a product, if I am launching a product, I am not doing it for free. I am doing it for some kind of profit, some kind of money that I want to earn. But along with me earning profit, I also need to make sure that my customer is satisfied with the product. Because what will happen if the customer is not satisfied with the product? They will stop consuming your product. And if they will stop consuming your product, how will you earn money? And if you're not earning money, then will you be making or producing more units of the product? Obviously not. So along with your own profit, you need to focus on satisfying your customer, ensuring the optimum use of resources available to the organization. Now, As an organization, let's say that you are just starting your operations. It is possible that you might not have a lot of money. You might be short on funds, right? So you need to make sure that you are using all of your resources. So the second definition that says is marketing is the process of planning and executing the conception, pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organizational objectives. Right. So marketing is not just the end goal, it is an entire process. What is the process of planning? First of all, if you're launching a new product, you have to plan it, you have to execute the conception, which means the starting of the idea. Then you have to set a pricing, you have to see what kind of promotion techniques you need to use for the launch of the product. Not just for the launch, but also after the launch, how to keep your product in the business, in the market, so that other competitors do not take your place or do not overpower you, basically. You have to stay in the market, you have to be the market leader, you have to surpass your competitors. For that reason, you have to come up with a lot of promotional ideas. It can be advertising, different kinds of advertising, different kinds of sales promotion, different kind of maybe celebrity endorsements, maybe word of mouth. All this we will be covering when we will do the fourth unit, which is marketing mix. Then what kind of distribution ideas? How will you distribute your product? Is it an intensive distribution? Is it an extensive distribution? And the likes. So, distribution of not just goods but also ideas and services to create exchanges. Exchanges between whom? Between the organization and the individual. Organization, which is providing the product, and individual, which is, or the person who is buying the product. So, both of these objectives have to be met. Right. So next slide is marketing system. Right. So what exactly is a marketing system? As you can see in the diagram, it says that industry में कौन होता है? It is a collection of sellers, and in the market, it is a collection of buyers. So all of the buyers, they are in the market. All of the sellers, they are in the industry. They exchange goods and services. So basically, the industry sells the goods or services to the market or buyer. It can be an individual buyer, it can also be a collection या फिर group of buyers in exchange for money. So obviously, the seller who is selling the goods and services, he is not doing it for free. He has to earn money in return. The market or the buyer also gives information in the in the form of a feedback. Also, the industry or the seller, they give communication about the product to the market or to the buyers, that a new product is being launched, or a new feature is being launched, or we are launching a new discount or 1+1 offer, any kind of information which is conveyed from the seller to the buyer. And the buyer will be giving an information or feedback to the seller for maybe the improvement of the good or service, or maybe any other kind of information also, right? Then there's one more definition, a lot of definitions in this chapter. So marketing comes from or originates from the word market. Now, what does a market mean? This definition comes in one markers, that market originates from a Latin word called marketus. So this is a very important definition which has to be maybe highlighted or learned by the students. Sorry. So basically, market is a place where buyer and a seller meet for business, right? As we saw in the last slide, we see that there's an interaction between the buyer and the seller. So they meet in the marketplace for selling of their goods in return for money. So these days we have cash, but in the olden days we used to rely on barter system. I hope everybody is clear about what a barter system is. Nowadays we buy the goods and services in return for cash only, right? So in the second para, we also see that earlier in our country, buyer and seller gathered at a specific places called hats or melas. But with the passage of time, buyers and sellers need not meet face to face for the transaction. Nowadays, we have the facility of buying the goods and even services through e-commerce platforms. It can be any app, it can be any website. A few examples are Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, and others, right? Right. So we have a few marketing concepts here. We can see needs, wants, and demands here, products and services, value, satisfaction, and quality, exchange, transactions and relationships, markets. So these are the concepts, and you can see that it is an entire process which goes on. So we, first of all, we will be focusing on the marketing concepts, needs, wants, and demands. Now let's see and understand the meaning of each and every term in here. Now, what do you think is the meaning of need or want or demand? Let's see in the comments below, what do you think as per you is the definition of needs and wants and demands, and then we'll see what my definition will be. We'll be continuing this in our very next video. Till then, have a good day, and uh, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.